Brad Pitt and his kids have, to put it mildly, complicated relationships. Some remain close to their dad, while others appear to be almost completely estranged. Here's where they all stand. In 2002, Angelina Jolie adopted her son Maddox from an orphanage in Cambodia when he was around 6 months old. Jolie and Pitt started their romantic relationship in 2005, and Pitt adopted Maddox the following year. Speaking to Vogue in 2007, Jolie recalled, "It had never crossed my mind that Mad was going to need a father, certainly not that it would be this man I just met, until of course I got to know Brad and realized that he is naturally just a wonderful father. And we left a lot of it up to Mad, and he took his time and then made the decision one day." Determined to show Maddox the joys of a simple, normal childhood, Pitt introduced his son to hobbies such as go-karting and dirt biking. Of course, the youngster also got to enjoy the perks of having a movie star dad. When Maddox was 11, he appeared as a zombie in his dad's movie World War Z. Things fell apart for the Jolie-Pitts in 2016 after Pitt allegedly became abusive during a flight on the family's private jet. According to court documents that were released in 2022, Pitt lunged at his own child and Jolie grabbed him from behind to stop him. The children rushed in and all bravely tried to protect each other. Before it was over, Pitt choked one of the children and struck another in the face. In the scuffle, Pitt allegedly made contact with Maddox in the shoulder area, a source told People. Pitt has fervently denied the abuse allegations, but the A-lister has admitted to yelling at his children. Pitt also told QC magazine that his drinking had gotten out of control at the time, and he's since gotten sober. Authorities investigated Pitt for child abuse, but he was ultimately cleared. Even so, it's clear that the ill-fated plane ride caused an enormous rift between Maddox and his father. In 2022, an insider revealed to In Touch that Pitt was devastated over the falling out with Maddox, who attends Yonsei University in South Korea. In 2019, sources close to the family noted that Pitt was not present for Maddox's college drop-off.
What was very beautiful is the way everybody said goodbye. When it was time for him to take him to the airport, and some jumped in the car to take him.
Later that year, an In Touch reporter asked Maddox whether his relationship with his father was over, to which the young man replied, "Whatever happens, happens." Speaking with Us Weekly in 2019, a source said, "Maddox doesn't really see himself as Brad's son." The source also claimed that Angelina Jolie has tried to help salvage the relationship between Maddox and his father. In 2020, Pitt skipped the BAFTA Awards, citing a family obligation. The Sun reported that Maddox had agreed to meet and talk with Pitt in Los Angeles. Sadly, it seems that the conversation may have gone south because Maddox later testified against his father in a custody hearing. In 2005, Angelina Jolie adopted her second child, Zahara, from an orphanage in Ethiopia. According to People, Maddox and Pitt were both present to welcome little Zahara into the family. Pitt adopted Zahara the following year. As the celebrities showed off their growing family, fans were delighted to catch glimpses of Brad and Zahara's bond. Whether the little girl was clutching Brad's hand or snuggled up in his lap, affection was never in short supply. While speaking about his daughter to Parade in 2011, Pitt remarked, "I cannot imagine life without her." In 2019, a source told Us Weekly that the Jolie-Pitt children would be spending the Christmas holiday divided between two households. According to the insider, Pitt expected the cold shoulder from his oldest kids, including Zahara. A separate source told OK that Zahara, Maddox, and their brother Pax were all estranged from their celebrity father. However, the insider also said that Zahara was open to reuniting with Pitt in the future. It's unclear where their relationship currently stands, but Brad still seems to be cheering Zahara on, even if it's only from a distance. In 2022, Angelina Jolie proudly announced that Zahara was set to attend college at Spelman College. When asked about the happy news, Brad gushed to Vanity Fair, "She's so smart. She's going to flourish even more at college. It's an exciting and beautiful time to find her own way and pursue her interests. I'm so proud." Pitt and Jolie's first biological child, Shiloh Jolie-Pitt, arrived in 2006. Born in Namibia, Shiloh inherited her father's blue eyes and blonde hair. She also has her dad's creative, introspective personality. According to Life and Style, the kindred spirits enjoy making music and art together. In 2020, Pitt gifted Shiloh an old-school Polaroid camera for her 14th birthday. In 2014, Pitt opened up to Psychology's magazine about fatherhood, stating, "Being a father has changed me on so many levels and made me more generous and alive. I see my children as an essential part of my life. I love being a father and all the responsibilities that entails." A source told In Touch that Shiloh has forgiven her dad for his missteps and is trying her best to move forward. The unnamed source said Shiloh commends her dad for getting sober and wishes the best for both of her parents. Another insider dished to OK in 2022 that Shiloh plays the role of peacekeeper between Brad and Angelina. According to the source, she's always reminding her mom and dad of the good times they shared. It pains her terribly to see them treating each other like they're some type of monster. In 2022, a video captured the teenage Shiloh performing a hip-hop dance routine at a Los Angeles dance studio. Shiloh received thunderous praise for her moves. When asked about the viral dance video, Pitt told Entertainment Tonight,
"Brings a tear to the eye.
Come on!
Yeah, very beautiful."
In 2020, a source told Entertainment Tonight, Brad is so proud of Shiloh and who she has become. He loves that she always stays true to herself and is so good to her brothers and sisters. Pax Jolie-Pitt is the second eldest of the Jolie-Pitt brood, but he was the fourth to join the family. Time magazine shared the news of Pax's adoption from Vietnam in 2007. Pax, who was then 3 years old, eased his way into the family. Angelina Jolie told Hello at the time, "It will take him a while to realize he has a family, that his new life is permanent and it won't keep changing." Fans adored watching Pax grow up and show many of his dad's traits. In 2014, Pitt and Pax strolled the red carpet together in a pair of suave all-black outfits. Pax, who was then 11 years old, accompanied his dad to the premiere of Unbroken, which was directed by Jolie. The two were joined by Pax's siblings Maddox and Shiloh. In a video announcement, Jolie later explained that the foursome had offered to stand in for her while she was home with the chickenpox. Pax and his brother Maddox have been very close since day one. In 2007, Angelina Jolie told The Mirror, "Pax and Maddox have really connected because they're closer in age and are brothers, so they have moments when they bond together against everybody else in the family." Considering how closely the brothers have bonded, it's not surprising that Pax appears to have taken Maddox's side during the fallout with his father. However, a source revealed to Us Weekly that Pitt isn't giving up on his relationship with Pax, saying, "With Maddox overseas at college, Brad is also hopeful that Pax will also be interested in reconnecting without the influence of his older brother." In 2017, Radar Online spotted Pax and his father attending separate appointments at the same family therapy office. Some fans interpreted the sighting as a sign that Brad and Pax were taking steps to mend their relationship. In 2008, Angelina Jolie gave birth to the couple's fifth and sixth children, twins named Vivienne and Knox. It was a dream come true for Brad, who confessed that he had always yearned for a large family. At the time, Angelina's obstetrician told reporters, he was very happy. The emotion was very strong for him. Just like her siblings, Vivienne enjoys a quiet existence. Although the teen is occasionally spotted around her hometown of Los Angeles, the family keeps mum about her private life. However, Vivienne's relationship with her dad appears to be in good standing. In 2022, Pitt joined Vivienne and her brother in Italy to celebrate their 14th birthday. A source told Hollywood Life, "The older the kids get, especially Vivienne, the more they look like and remind Brad of their mother Angelina. It warms his heart to see the kids taking after her looks-wise." Brad reportedly is protective of Vivienne and her siblings, but not in a possessive or overbearing way. In 2022, a source explained to Us Weekly, "Brad is very big on keeping his time with the kids extremely private. He shields them from scrutiny and is extremely protective that way." A separate source told E! News he spends low-key time with his kids at home. They are homebodies and have a good routine in place. Knox Jolie-Pitt had a very big job during Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's 2014 wedding in the south of France. Knox served as ring bearer. At the time, the newlyweds told Hello. They all took it very seriously. Knox practiced carrying coins and acorns on his little pillow before he got the ring. Knox and his dad rocked matching black suits for the occasion, and it wasn't the first time that the little boy looked like a shrunken-down version of his dad. In 2013, Radar Online spotted Brad and his mini-me at the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles. To fans' delight, the father-son duo rocked matching all-black outfits. Little Knox looked like a carbon copy of Brad, right down to his teeny-tiny aviator sunglasses. While it's totally rewarding to know that your kids want to emulate you, Pitt also encourages his children to be independent. At an Oscars press room interview in 2020, the actor remarked,
"I want them to follow their bliss, follow their passions, whatever they're most interested in.